as we done Draft Fortress, we get rid of Brontes, we now need to finish the rest, so we're going into Draft Palace. I think on Draft Palace, one of the most unique thing you realize is like each council member, I mean each Draft Master has a specific room and specific atmosphere in each room, and I really like that. Because I think that's really important on design wise as well. I think this operation is a small operation, like it's in the really small palace, but I think it's really looking good, like absolutely amazing. You can see every detail of it, how these like lamps, dread lamps or anything, or each rooms are designed, and I really like that they efforted. I mean, you can basically see how much effort they done and put it into this palace design. So I think it's really good, even if it's a small one. I think looks amazing. But enough chit chat. Let's go run through the bosses quickly. The first boss, Bestia, is I think it has some good mechanics on this boss, but I think like when I'm thinking about the killing ads and killing Bestia, it's not much of a big deal. I mean, you can do it easily on any kind of, you know, flashpoints and things like that. So I expected a little more. On hard and nightmare, it's a little bit difficult because, especially now on nightmare, it's a little bit difficult to do it. I think it's quite challenging. So the nightmare difficulties are put up the fun factor and the mechanics. But on hard and story, it's not much of a big thing. Just killing ads and killing the boss. That's it. Like seriously, nothing else. But I think the design here, it's really good. What these bosses are put up, like each bosses have room. What I talked about it. And but for now, the boss rating for me, because this is not much of a big thing, is a 5 out of 10. Tyrants is even more funny. Basically, what you can see is like little platforms, and Tyrants is going each type of different platforms, whatever the tank is, basically, and basically you can fail pretty hard if you not listening and focusing on this fight, because you can jump down. Of course you can come back, but yeah, that's a little bit hard if you're going into the infernos and things like that. So I think this boss is a hell of a good fight. I think on Nightmare had really good mechanics as well, and you really need to focus, because otherwise if you out of platforms, you die. Simple enough. So for me, Tyrants is a 9 out of 10. The next boss, Calphias, is, I think, really awesome. Like, Calphias have future and past things, and the groups needed to separate. As you can see, I'm doing 16 men, so 8 person needed to separate and doing different things on each portals. On story, it's not much of a big thing, but it's still good. But on hard, you actually need to focus more, and not just one mechanic change, like 4 mechanic change, which I really liked it on hard. And on nightmare, it's hell of a nightmare. So for me, Calphias is a really good boss fight. I really liked it. So for me, Calphias is without a doubt a 10 out of 10. The fourth one, Raptus, is an interesting one, because I thought the first time is like we going in there and we just gonna fight him. Like, okay, no. We actually going into a different place, and there's like different types of things you need to do. First, you need to get some crystals for yourself. It depends what class you are, DPS, tank, or heal. And as soon as you get those crystals, you gonna get a challenge later on, and each type of classes have different challenges. For example, the tanks needed to survive some explosive things. The healers need to heal shitload of ads immediately until that 60-second goes down, or if they fail. And the DPS just needed to DPS, and so in the hard mode you need to interrupt if you can't do it. But anyways, after that, Raptors is doing some kind of interesting like AoE stuff and things like that. going away, and yeah, like these pretty much. It's a simple mechanics, but I really liked it so far. So Raptors for me is an 8 out of 10. And oh boy, these are not done yet because they are teleported all, and we're gonna fight 4 of them together. So that was like, okay, we're not finished yet. Now we're just gonna finish them once and for all. This boss fight is probably what they done what BioWare done is probably most not just epic. It's one of the most different. I think it's still the most difficult fight in this game right now. Like, not just Brontes, even some of the classes had issues with some, but this boss fight had really interesting mechanics, really good mechanics actually, especially on Nightmare. Still a lot of guilds can do it, like maybe like 4. Okay, on 8-man, I don't know how many 8-man, I'm a 16-man player, so on 16-man probably like 6 or maybe less guild done it on 16 Nightmare. We done it before the pre-nerf, so it was a little bit difficult, but now it's nerfed now. So the buff for the bosses come down, so it's much easier now to do it, but it's still a hell of a good fight, hell of a good difficulty, and as you can see, each different types of mechanics has got, and as soon as we finish them all, we're gonna get the last 2 who we killed, like Brontes and Styrak, so we need to kill them again, like spirits, pretty much as well, and yeah, I think there is not much of a big, not much thing you need to talk about it. This is awesome fight, really good mechanics, really good atmosphere, really good epicness, without a doubt, 10 out of 10. So overall, Dread Palace is really good. I think what I expected before Death Fortress is, I think it's awesome, and that's where I'm gonna talk about the story at the end. Because you actually, when you entering Oricon, do the things, and after that go into Fortress, you're going back, get some stuff to Trilla, or whatever the name her is, Sergeant Trilla, and as soon as you're done, you're going into Palace, and the Palace at the end, it still has some story as well, which you can, there's some big decision going on there, which I really liked it. So for me, overall, the story for this Dread War thing is a 9 out of 10. The design here on Dread Palace, I think it's really good. It's still a 9 out of 10. And for me, the bosses overall is still a 9 out of 10 as well. So guess what? How much the rating is? A 9 out of 10. It's a hell of a good operation, without a doubt. If you didn't do it, you should try it on story at least, because it's really awesome. You get the really good experience if you're doing it. But if you want to go more, try it on hard, and after that, if you're geared enough and have good guild or players to do it on Nightmare, definitely try it. So yeah, that was my thoughts for Dread Palace, and that was all of the operations for now. And soon as new operations or anything just coming up on Star Wars The Old Republic, I will make a video of it just like this. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys on the next My Thought video. Bye bye.